Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to a new day in the vlog. Anyway, I am on my way to get my nails done. My nails look like trash right now. I beat them off and that was so bad and they are hurting so much. It's actually crazy. But I've been wanting to tell you guys like a testimony of just how like God has seen me through like my academic life. Like, it's so crazy because I don't even know how to explain it. God has just been so good to me. So let me start from the beginning, right? From first year. First things first, I think I've mentioned this in like one of my like really old videos when I was talking about I don't remember what the video was about, but I did mention it. So initially I didn't want to go to UNZA for school. So UNZA came in as it was like my last choice. So when I went to UNZA, I was very depressed, you guys. Like, you have no idea. I was so sad, and I feel like now in hindsight is when I realized just how badly that situation had affected me. So the reason I didn't go to the school that I wanted to go to was because finances at home and whatever. How convenient, you know, for things to get bad when it's my time, you know, to like go to uni and all of them. But anyway, so that was what had happened. So I had to go to UNZA. Then, as it already is, you know, like when you're not okay mentally and obviously emotionally, and you don't even have like anybody to like kind of like explaining to, because remember at that time everyone was like so excited to go to UNZA. It was like the dream, you get what I mean? But it was never my dream, so I just found myself there. But like right now, I'm so grateful to God that obviously things have worked out, but at the same time I feel like I'm very traumatized for the past 7 years. So for those that do not know, I studied agriculture at the University of Zambia, and yeah, I majored in plant science. So I'm just telling you guys my story because I've been mentioning like school kind of. Sorry guys, I'm driving so my camera will be shaking a bit. I've been mentioning school kind of like in my vlogs, just like how difficult things have been, but I just kind of want to tell you guys the full story so that you can understand why all of this is a big deal. So anyway, when I went to UNZA first year, it was such a sad year, and obviously I couldn't even perform well at school, so I had to repeat. And you can only imagine at that time, guys, it was so crazy. I didn't even know what to do. And another reason why I decided to just repeat was because number one, I had no option, but number two, I now didn't know what I was going to major in because like I'm just confused. So I was like, okay, you know what, I think it's just going to be best to start all over again, of which I did. Then it was finally now time to go into second year. I didn't know what I was going to study. Then that's when I knew about agriculture. So I decided to move schools from School of Natural Sciences, because that was going to be like my first option of like majoring in. Yeah, so I decided, I'm like, okay, you know what, it's fine, let me not major from School of Natural Sciences, let me go to School of Agriculture. That was how come I had to write a letter to, I think, the dean, yeah, to change schools, and I was actually accepted into the School of Agriculture. So that was what happened. I majored into the School of Agric, and then after that school started going well. Honestly, like, it started going well. It was cute and all of that. I was paying my own school fees, I was managing. I finally got like my groove, like, you know, where, you know, yeah, like you've settled in. I decided to make some friends, and you guys have seen my friends over the years. And then what happened, fourth year came. Fourth year was one of the hardest years. I feel like I was just transitioning into like from being like young to being like an adult. That was when I moved into my first apartment. I think I even started my YouTube channel and all of that. So fourth year was very difficult for me, I can't lie, and it was just really hard. So when fifth year, then, you know, I was just like, you know, I need to actually be serious about school, because like, you guys, I already wasted 1 year. It meant that I was finishing a year later than the people that I started with, which was still okay, because obviously, like, with everything that I had gone through, it just made sense, like, you know. And I feel like one of the things that I didn't do, thank God, was like compare myself to other people, because I feel like I would have really lost all my confidence to like do school and just really be in school and even complete school. Because when you compare yourself, it's so bad, because you will be thinking that another person's journey is supposed to be a journey, when in the actual sense everyone has individual journeys, regardless of how similar your starting point might have been, you know. So I was just like, you know what, I can't compare myself. So I was a very average student, honestly. I'm not even going to tell you guys that I was an A+ student, because I cared less. Like, I was just like, every time I like put so much effort into school, it never really came out positive. And thank God, like, I promise you guys, God is on that carried me through my academics, you know. And now, like, when I look back, I ask myself, like, I'm like, but why didn't I ever even just quit? Like, because it never crossed my mind that I could just quit school, right? It never crossed my mind until like final year. So final year, I had complications, you guys, like so many complications, and I could just tell, I'm like, the devil was trying to keep me in school. Like, guys, I'm like, no, I can't stay in school for another 1 year. Like, I cannot stay in school for another extra year. But I stayed, guys. I had 2 courses that I had to write, and for one course I had missed a test because I was working that day, and also it was just like an impromptu test. I didn't know. The other one, I was supposed to have an online quiz, and then I missed it. So like, usually at UNZA they don't really take like registration when you attend classes or whatever. So the only way to know like if somebody has been attending class is if they bring like an impromptu test or a quiz. Then you miss it, then they'll know that you weren't in class, right? And that's what happened to me. And I tried to ask the lecturer, I'm like, can I just like have a rewrite or whatever? He refused. Like, he refused, guys. I begged, and I was just like, you know what, I don't know. I really tried to make up for those grades that I didn't have so that I can graduate on time, but it didn't happen, guys. I prayed. I don't know what prayer I didn't pray. I fasted, I prayed, everything. I did everything known to man so that I can just, you know, like graduate on time. I couldn't. I was just like, you know what, let's see, maybe God will do a miracle. I prayed, my results came out, I wrote my exams, results came out. Still, like, I didn't make it for those 2 courses. And I feel like my final year results were so good. I think that those were my best results because I worked really hard. But I was sure it didn't work out for those 2 courses. We had supplementary exams, I wrote them, it still didn't work out. I had to go back for like an extra year. And remember, that was the time that I was planning my wedding and everything. I remember like my husband's family telling me like, can you just like move the wedding, it's too soon, like, you know, because me and my husband were only engaged for like 4 months before we got married. And also because I knew that I was going to have like school, and at the same time it wasn't because like I just wanted to like squeeze everything all at once. But what had happened was he reached home in March, right? And then the wedding was in July, so it means that it only gave us like 4 months to prepare everything. And like they asked me like, can we just do this? And the reason I did that was because I was supposed to go back to school in July, and the wedding was also in July. So I was like, I'm not going to survive planning a wedding and going back to UNZA, you know. Like, nobody could understand what I meant. I had to stand my ground still. I was just like, guys, I will not survive this. Like, planning a wedding in and in itself is a lot of work. It's so hectic. I was like, I will not manage to do this and also like do school and whatever. They're like, no, you can move the wedding to next year. I was like, no. I was like, no, that's not going to happen. I can't move the wedding, you know, to next year because no. Like, this year planning a wedding, I promise you, no, I wasn't going to do that. I was just like, no, like, let's just do it now. No, but do you have the money? I'm like, that's the point. The money is not even there, because guys, weddings are so expensive, but you know, I digress. Anyway, so that's why I had like my wedding in a time period that seems like it was like too quickly, because I had to go back to school. So I went back to school, I studied, guys, but I was so depressed, and at the same time I was, what's the word, I was burning out, guys. I burned out so much, and for the past, I think like 2 weeks, I've been waking up like at 10 or 8 a.m. in the morning, because guys, I've been tired. Like, I've been so tired, and I'm so glad, like, after my results came out now, I'm feeling a bit rested. Like, I feel like I have been resting, because I've just been allowing myself to sleep. Like, you know, where you sleep but you're still like restless. That was the experience that I was having. And also because of the anxiety. And you guys remember, after results came out in January, tell me why February, the whole of January ended, February ended, I hadn't seen my results. It was only last week Wednesday when I saw my results. Today is what? Today is the 24th. Guys, that's when I saw my result. It was every week when I wake up, like on a Monday, the anxiety. Like, now it's not just that there's a complication with my portal. It was also that how do I even know if I'm actually graduating, you know? And supplementary exams were already written. I'm like, if I need to write a supplementary exam, like, what's gonna happen? It means that if I miss supplementary exams, I am just going to have to repeat if I haven't graduated. Guys, I was so stressed. Like, I've been extremely stressed. Productivity was at 0. I was burnt out. I was tired. I was experiencing body pains. There was so much tension in my body because of everything that I was going through. Like, I was praying. I remember during the Hallelujah challenge, I'm like, God, please, like, what kind of prayer must I pray? Like, I have prayed from first year. I have been praying about this school situation. You can only imagine, guys, 7 years of like praying over the same thing, and it's not happening. It's not going the same way. It's not going the way that you want it to go, you know, to an extent where when people ask you about school, you're even wondering, like, what exactly do I answer? Because I've done everything that I can do, and you know, to other people now it looks like you're just a dull girl. Like, and you know, you know, where the problem was is that sometimes, like, my school situation, like my school issues were not always like results. Like, maybe you don't have good results. No, like, you even have the good results, but the problem is just like, I don't know. And I just know that it was the devil. And another thing that I kept telling myself was, you know what, maybe God just wants it to like clock 7 years, so that like it's finished for good. Like, even my prayer was like, there's no one in my family that's ever going to struggle academically the way that I have struggled, because I'm the first, like, you know, girl to graduate, like, with a degree and all of that. And it makes sense how difficult the journey had to be. I'm sorry, guys, this place that I'm passing is very bumpy, but yeah, it makes so much sense why, like, it had to be so difficult for me. Like, things that were very easy for other people, for me it was like extremely hard, and I was so irritated by it. But I thank God for my relationship with God, because over the years, this, like, my academic life is what kept me grounded in God, because it was always like the thorn in my flesh. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, yeah, guys, I was struggling, I was struggling so much. But this is just to say that if you're struggling academically, there is a God, you know. Like, I don't even think I have explained this, even half of how, you know, like, it was, or how difficult it was. But I stand with you, and I just pray that God gives you the strength to keep going and to just continue, because school is not easy. But also think about, like, you know, generations that are to come. You know, you just can't quit, you just can't stop, because God is with us and he's going to carry us. So basically, I just thought I should share this story with you guys, just how my academic journey has been, and that we are graduating finally. You guys have seen me through it. Like, I cried when I saw my results. I cried so much. It was such a difficult situation. I remember my in-laws even asking me like, when are results coming out? You rushed us through the wedding. Please, when are these results coming out? I was just like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, just imagine having people ask you about your results and you don't even know what to say. Like, I was just like, God, please, there's a lot of people that are expecting these results. This is not just me. I can't afford not to, do well. But I remember I studied really hard, and I remember what I wrote, it was really good. So I really thank God that we are finally graduating. We're finished, and my body feels so much lighter. I don't feel any body pains anymore. I've been resting, I've been sleeping, and I just want to say thank you to God publicly for things that he's been doing in private, and I'm just grateful. I've gotten to my nail place. I'm gonna see you guys after. Yeah, I'm grateful to God, you guys. Like, I'm extremely grateful. Let's go in.